Let me ask you something. When your friend's going through hell, do you actually have his back, or are you just making yourself feel like a hero? See, most of us think having our friend's back means swooping in, fixing his problems, giving him advice that he didn't ask for, trying to save him. But the twist, that's not actually helping, that's low-key telling him that he can't handle his own shit. And the research is clear that kills friendships. So, in this video, I'm going to show you what it really means to have your friend's back, not by rescuing him, but by respecting him. Let's break it down. So first off, let's talk about Alfred Adler. He's the guy behind Adlerian psychology. And he had this idea that life boils down to three big tasks: work, love, and friendship. Each of us has to tackle these tasks ourselves, but we do it in a way that's cooperative and respects others too. Big thing, Adler said if you take over someone else's problems, you're not helping them, you're actually hurting their growth. And research backs this up. A 2018 study in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that over-involved support, like trying to solve your friend's problems for them, can lead to dependency and even resentment in friendships. And that's not what you want with any of your friends, right? So point number one, a good friend respects boundaries. When your buddy's struggling, it's tempting to step in and play Superman. Maybe you're giving him advice that he didn't ask for, paying his bills, or telling him exactly how to fix his life. But Adler says that's actually crossing the line. Each guy's got to handle his own life tasks. When you step in and take over, you're basically saying, I don't think you can handle this. And that's not really having his back, that's undermining him. Instead, a good friend shows up with empathy. You listen, you nod, maybe you say, man, that sounds tough, what's your next move? A 2020 study in Personality and Social Psychology Review showed that supportive listening, without trying to fix things, is what strengthens relationships and boosts the other person's confidence. So that's how you show up and have his back. Point two. Having his back means trusting his strength. Now think about it, right? When you swoop in to rescue your friend, you're not just helping, you're sending a message that he can't handle his own shit. Adler was big on something called social interest, which is about believing in each other's potential to grow. By setting boundaries and stepping back, you're saying, hey man, I know you're tough enough to figure this out. That's a powerful thing. Research from the Journal of Positive Psychology in 2019 found that when people feel trusted to handle their challenges, they're more likely to develop resilience and self-efficacy. Basically, the belief that they can tackle life's problems. So next time your buddy's venting to you about his boss or some chick, don't jump in with solutions. Ask, what do you think you're going to do from here? Trust him to step up. That's what a real friend does. Last point, and this one's big. Boundaries keep your friendship strong. Adler was all about equality in relationships. If you're always the fixer and your friend's always the one needing help, that's not a friendship, that's a project. And that's how resentment creeps in. A 2021 study in Social Psychology Quarterly found that unbalanced friendships where one person's always giving and the other one's always taking lead to burnout and weaker connections. When you set boundaries, you're keeping things equal. You're saying, we're in this together, but we each have to pull our own weight. That's what makes a friendship last. So if your friend's leaning on you too hard, it's okay to say, hey man, I'm here for you, but this one's on you to figure out. That's not being cold, and that's not letting them down. It's keeping the brotherhood tight. All right, So let's wrap this up. Rethinking what it means to have your friends back isn't about doing less, it's about doing better. It's about showing up with respect, trusting your friend's strength, and keeping the friendship equal. Adlerian psychology tells us that boundaries aren't a wall, they're a way to say, I believe in you. So next time your boy's going through it, don't try to be the savior. Be his brother. Listen, encourage, and let him handle his life tasks. That's how you really have his back. So if this hit home, drop a like, share it with your friends, and let me know in the comments, how do you have your friends' backs? Subscribe for more real talk on leveling up, and I'll catch you in the next one.